being immortal. So when you is hard for a quarter, man, we gonna ride. I'm not playing. We ain't leaving out a thug. I promise you. I'm getting everything out.
That beat shit is far a little ball.
Hey, I like thanks to my nigga them. We gon' play with them pistols here. We smoking dank in my liver, yo. We get shit wet on the river, yo. We get shit wet like the river, yo. I wet shit like Austin Rivers, yo. Hey, check me out. On my side is getting wicked, nigga sliding. Mama told that boy to shake the city, so he ride. On that Mac, it be a titty, show no pity when we diving. Roll your brother in the game before he hitting, why you hiding? OG now be dropping bags, no I don't, bitch, why you lying? MN's closet popping tags, spent 5 racks on my designer. Put 15 up on your ass, but that's your ass.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Sideline Surge. As always, I'm your host Emil, joined today by my host Samaj. We're out here. This is the college football episode. We are 3 weeks into college football. Week 3 just happened yesterday. We had some exciting things. We have some exciting things to talk about today. We're gonna go over the weeks 2 and 3 since we missed last week, and we're gonna go over really quickly over the top 25 poll, which we are gonna have some interesting things to talk about today. But first off, obviously, Samaj, you already know, Clemson. We've been talking about this since last week. They're fucking struggling. What do you think is going on with Clemson? They're such a strong football program. They've always been. What is happening today, do you think?
Bro, I literally told you what it was going to be, bro. I told you that LSU versus Clemson game was going to determine their season, bro. I literally told you that. But I mean, it's not even really who Clemson plays, bro. Like, Clemson is strong. Like, they have a bunch of talent, but they never follow through, bro. I don't know. I really don't know what it is, to be honest, because it's literally a new problem every single game. Like, this game, I'll definitely say their defense actually wasn't bad, but on offense, bro, it was horrible. Like, the only times that they really scored is when the DBs let up a little bit. That was pretty much it. If DBs were actually doing their job, then Clemson probably wouldn't have scored at all, really. Like, they literally got points just from them outplaying, the defense. But other than that, bro, Clemson's weird, bro, because they really do have a lot of good talent, but I don't know.
It's crazy to me because last week they won against Troy, but like when I checked, I don't know if it was the second quarter, third quarter, but like I checked the score and they were losing by like 12 or something. Like, they were losing pretty badly to Troy of all people. I'm like what is going on with this team? And then like you and I, like, we both predicted that Georgia Tech would win. Like, we both said going into the game yesterday that Georgia Tech would win. Like, I almost put money on that. Like, like that's how sure we were of it. Like, that's a little crazy of how much they're struggling. I mean, they're struggling so much that they're not even in the top 25 poll anymore. Like, that's a real letdown for such a big program like Clemson. And I mean, talk about Georgia Tech. Like, year after year, they're like the ACC upset city. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm happy that they're ranked right now. They definitely deserve it.
Yeah, bro, Georgia Tech is literally like that one school to where it's like that one school that everybody wants to transfer to growing up, bro. That's literally how it is. Like, a bunch of people there, like, they want to go there, but it's just not like crazy good on football, so nobody commits there. That's literally what it is, bro. I'll definitely say that program is pretty good. It's just that they're always overlooked, but it's definitely mainly look at the side that they're on, though. Like, you're in the ACC, you're right next to the ACC. You're always going against probably some of the best teams. You're bound to lose, so it's like you can't even really blame them for losing so much or just having rough seasons. But I definitely think probably within the next maybe 2 years, Georgia Tech will, like, for sure start to have like a rebuild. I think that it's just how NIL and this transfer portal stuff is going on right now. That's everybody's trying to get money. That's really all it is. Like, before, almost every single team was good, but now you really only have certain teams being good, or you only have good players on decent teams because of NIL. That's literally what's going on with Georgia Tech right now. A bunch of people could really go to Georgia Tech and ball out, and they could possibly make it to playoffs. But I don't know, they're overlooked way too much. And honestly, I think they're underrated. Honestly, I very much think they're underrated.
They definitely are. I mean, they're just a bunch of engineers that are good at football. I guess like another team that's good at like engineering and also good at football. Texas A&M, man. That game against Notre Dame. My roommate was saying that the Notre Dame kicker is the Vegas top 5 people this week because like he could not put up a score. Like it's
Oh, I
insane.
mean, eh, I think we're in a kicker drought right now, bro. I'll be
Trick
honest, bro.
kicker drought.
Cause it's like you literally like all of a sudden now you're seeing high school kickers kick 60, 70 no problem. But then you see college and NFL like they're struggling way too much right now. Like I
No,
don't know
yeah,
what it is.
definitely.
It's bad, bro. But it's like it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like now the new talent will be able to come in, then it's like they'll be able to change all of that. But for these top teams and pro teams, bro, that's horrible, bro. Like that's actually bad because it's literally game moments like where they really need that kick, but then they just like they don't follow through and then they end up losing the game because of that. So yeah, I don't know, bro. Kickers they need to work. They need some work. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no, it was definitely a crazy team. And I mean, they played well against Notre Dame. The 41-40 is a pretty close game to leave it at. And then we have all the Florida teams this week. We're still going strong. UM dropping a 49-12 bomb on USF. That is crazy. They killed them so bad that USF isn't even ranked anymore. That is crazy. And it really, I'm so excited. Not so much for the UF game, but for the FSU game. Because FSU is keeping some strong momentum. They don't have as strong of a schedule as we do right now, but I'm very excited to see what that game is going to look like right now. And then we also have UF. I mean, we go against UF next week, and from all the Florida teams, like poor UF, they have like the worst schedule. They have like the schedule of doom. And it showed yesterday when they went against LSU and lost 20-10.
Ah, bro, it's bro,
There's no
for
words
whatever
to describe
reason,
it.
like, bro, probably in the last 3 seasons, UF has had the worst schedule out of everybody, bro. Like, it's bad, bro. It's so bad. Like, and there's really nothing that can save them. Like, I'll be honest, there's nothing that can save them, because even if there's have like a pretty decent team, there's somehow, some way, they're still gonna get whooped. Like, I don't. There's literally no other way to put it, bro. Like it's just that bad for them. But for all, I mean, all the other, like, it makes sense though. Think about it. All the other Florida teams, when they gain momentum as a program and like everything is going pretty good for them, UF always tends to struggle. That's pretty much how it goes a lot. Like even with USF, they entered that rebuild arc. Like
Hmm.
even though they may not have all the top guys in the country right away, they're still rebuilding to the point where it's like, okay, we got at least hang on just for a little while longer until we get that next step, and then it's gonna completely turn around for them. It's that, like, that's pretty much how it is. Because same thing with FSU. FSU had a very good year, and then it went downhill. Then now it's like they're starting to build back up because there's so much stuff, that there's so many pieces that they're trying to put around the program that's really helping them. I haven't seen that from UF yet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've seen it from seen it from USF. I've even seen it from FAU. FAU, they're actually trying to rebuild as well, but it's like with UF,
We saw it from
it's like,
FSU. After the horrible season that they had last year, they
yeah,
went out
yeah.
the first game of the season and they surprised everyone and upset Alabama.
I don't like. I feel like it's an ego thing with UF, bro. Like, you see a good amount of players, they think they're all that just because they're at a top program, and you have the right to be like that. But bro,
Yeah,
Y'all still
but you
getting
have to
y'all
back it up. You
literally
have to back it up.
exactly like you can't do that and then y'all still getting whooped by teams that hasn't even been ranked in the last few years. Like that makes no sense.
I definitely agree on that. And I think obviously they have the right to have the ego. They are a good school and they've been a strong program. But you do definitely have to back it up. Like in basketball, they can be as cocky as they want because they won the national championship, but you have to always be backing that up. Like you can't be talking shit. So this year it's definitely, it's showing. I've I I'm very excited for the game next week because I mean, out of all the Florida teams, I said this last week, FSU had the chip on their shoulder. Now UF also has a chip on their shoulder. So I hope that we get a good game. Because not only is UM's offense looking strong with Carson back at the wheel, which surprised me, to be honest. Like, I'll be completely genuine. Like, that surprised me. The defense is also looking very strong. We held USF to like 12 points. We held Notre Dame in those final moments to be able to win against them, like we're looking very strong. And then the last team I want to talk about, obviously, the last two teams, Georgia and the Volunteers, 44 to 41 in overtime. I wanted Tennessee to win so bad, but Georgia, it hurts my heart. How are they still ranked number 5 when they almost didn't beat the Volunteers? Like, explain that to me.
But you just said it though. So, bro, Tennessee has always been a sleeper school, bro. That like is, bro. They will have a huge, I'll say, like space of them winning, and then it's like lose one game, then maybe win, and then they'll lose, and then that's what makes them. That's what gets them out of the playoffs. That happens a lot for Tennessee. So it was like I literally told you. Georgia Tech was strong. Like Georgia Tech was going to win that game no matter what. But when you got Tennessee and Georgia, that like it could go either way. And it's not even cause like Georgia like they lost their momentum from being back to back, and then now it's like they're kind of struggling a little bit. But then when Georgia was back to back, people didn't notice how Tennessee was literally out there actually whooping almost every single team they win against. It's literally the same as that team. Pretty much same as that team. Yeah, they did have players get drafted, and of course that's supposed to happen. That's how you know you're a good team. But it's not like it's the players get drafted and then now you got a whole rebuild thing. It's not high school. It's not like all your seniors are gone, all your top recruits are gone, and then now all of a sudden you have to rely on your freshmen, your sophomores, and your juniors. You don't have to rely on that. It's not the same thing with Tennessee. Tennessee is literally a very good program. So for Georgia to not, be ranked super high or low, it makes sense. Because if we were really look at the top teams right now, you can't say it's too many top teams. Honestly, a lot of teams are very disappointing with their performances. Like that
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
whatever reason, that's just how it is, So for that, I'll definitely say they're ranked like pretty much in the perfect spot for right now. But once it picks up, and I want to say around week 7, that's when we should start seeing the drastic changes in the rankings and everything. Because even right now with the AP rankings, we already know that's horrible. The AP rankings never matter. Like they
Yeah, we're
never
gonna
matter.
talk about that in a second. No, but seriously, what a game from like two very like top teams. I really wish Tennessee had taken it, but seriously, what a game. Both of those teams played their hearts out, and I mean, I feel like Tennessee should have taken that, but it is what it is. But yeah, as you mentioned already, like we have a lot of things to talk about with the AP Top 25. I think first we should go. This is the should be's and the should be nots. We're gonna go first with the should be's, obviously, because giving credit to the AP writers, there are some teams on this poll who really do deserve to be up here. We're gonna talk about the ones who have had good games already on their schedule. So we're gonna skip past Ohio State and Penn State because they haven't gone against any top teams, but they are good programs, obviously. But we are now number 4. We're higher than we were. I think last year we peaked at what, like number 5? And now we are number 4. I think we deserve that. We are looking very strong. We beat Notre Dame. I mean, it was a close game, obviously, but we beat Notre Dame that first week. We just beat USF. Who beat UF in a very convincing manner? Like this is a team who barely beat UF last last week, and then comes here. Obviously, we had home advantage, but we took that home advantage and put it up to max. Like we put 49 when we did not put up 45. Like we put up more points against UF than we did against Bethune-Cookman. Like that's insane. That tells me two things about UM. One, we were probably like playing our subs last week. Like it's a little insane. But like in jokes aside, like we locked in and we looked at the film. Our team took everything that they've been doing so far and put it up to 100%. And that is the performance that I want to see against ranked teams this year. That is a performance that should give us the momentum going forward to be a really good team. Better than last year, like with the freedom to say that because I do love Cam Ward, but like we look even better than we did last year, I feel. And then the other two teams that I feel like deserve to be on this ranking right now. Georgia Tech, obviously. They they played very well and I they don't have as hard of a schedule for like the next few games, but they do have that Georgia game at the end of the season, and they need to keep that momentum for that Georgia game because that's going to be a huge game. So Georgia Tech definitely deserves to be on this list right now. And then the third team, Tennessee Volunteers, obviously. They need to be able to keep up because obviously they lost against Georgia, but they're still on the poll. They need to be able to keep up the performances that they've been given going forward because they are going to have a very difficult schedule. Who are your should-be's on this list right now, Samaj?
Bro. Okay, I'll put it this way. I feel like the teams that, like, without a doubt should be there should obviously be UM, OSU, PSU, FSU. I feel like those 4 teams have already made their statements, especially with FSU. Of course, FSU and UM, 100%. OSU, that's without a doubt. They want a chip, you know? Like, they're obviously going to be up there. And then with them beating Texas first game, they solidified that for now. And then with Penn State is not, they're not too far behind. I definitely feel like they could be contenders if they keep, the momentum going when they actually play, the better teams. But
I mean, they play Oregon in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, they play Oregon soon. So I mean, I feel like the rankings that were AP, even though the AP they're not, the best. I feel like right now the rankings is not too many problems, but it's definitely something that have to change. Like we shouldn't have teams that have lost to not so great teams or teams that have not even won a game. They should not be on there, especially Notre Dame. You're 0-3 right now, and then even with other teams, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily say should be there because almost every single team on this list has played somebody, even, like pretty much everybody has. So I feel like nothing is really wrong with it. It's just they like I really don't see why Notre Dame is really
I was gonna say 0-2
like that. Then 0-2, then that makes no sense. And then even with some teams that are undefeated, I feel like the teams that have even that are 2-1, but they lost to a good team, I feel like the teams that are 3-0 should kind of be lower because of that. Because it's like they win against a good team compared to them having that one win against a team that wasn't that good. So it's like it kind of balances it out. But it's not too much really wrong with the rankings right now. We'll have to see by around like week 6, week 7, or even actually no, I'll probably say week 9, week 9, week 9, week 9, week.
You said it.
week
You said it already. No, but yeah, I agree. I I want to see the conference games especially. I think those really matter as well because that's when rivalries heat up and you see these teams under pressure. But obviously, like the should be, we have to talk about the should be nots. My should be nots are, well, first off, Georgia should not be ranked as high as they are, in my opinion. I don't think, I think a lot of people, like, I echo the same thoughts that a lot of people have been saying recently, where they should not be ranked as high as they are after having to go to overtime to beat Tennessee. Although Tennessee is a good team, it says more about Georgia, I think, because Tennessee is still ranked 10 places lower. So I definitely think Georgia should be ranked lower. And then just the should be nots in general are Bama and Notre Dame, I think. You already mentioned Notre Dame. They're 0-2 and still somehow on this list, which I think is a little insane. And Bama, I mean, I don't think I can go as far as saying they shouldn't be on the list, but top 15 is a little insane, to me at least. And depending on how FSU, like I think the reason that Bama is still on the list is because FSU hasn't gone against another good team since Bama. And once UM plays FSU, I think that'll show whether like FSU is actually good or whether Alabama is just frauds. You know what I mean? But like I think for Georgia and Alabama, like those two are like kind of like on thin ice right now. Like it might show in the future because those two teams have really hard schedules. It'll show in like the next few weeks, as you said, like week 6, 7, 8, 9, whether they're actually good or not. Whether like those struggles early on are gonna show up again later.
I mean, you have a point, but you also gotta understand that the teams that's below Georgia, they haven't played really anybody, and yet they're still ranked that high. You know,
Yeah.
Illinois, they literally played nobody ranked, and look at where they are. So it's like for Georgia, for them to still lose to a team that's very much good, and then you got to think about it, we're talking about AP rankings here. AP rankings don't really matter. Like if we're really going as far as who should be ranked, AP rankings don't really matter. So it's
Yeah.
like to the eye, it's like okay, they're ranked 15. It's like, I feel like they probably should have, been at number 5. But when you actually watch the games and you actually know the teams that they're really going against, it makes sense as to why Georgia would be number 5. Now Bama, that's a whole nother story. It's literally the same thing. That's the same thing that happened last year with Bama. Bama was not supposed to be ranked that high at all, and yet they were literally ranked high. So it that's just how Bama is. I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's on Bama, but it's on the people that vote. That's literally all it is. So we know what the list really is, but to people that are voting, they're always gonna have their favorites.
Definitely. I definitely think another one to look at for the next few weeks is Texas. Because we've been seeing their struggles early on. I mean, poor Archie Manning, getting booed by your own fans is never great. But I definitely think like we're seeing their struggles, and that's also a team that might get ranked lower in the coming weeks, depending on how they play. Because I mean, yeah, you're right. Like a lot of these teams that are below Georgia, for example, like they haven't played very strong teams, so it's definitely going to show later on whether they deserve to be up there or not. But yeah, next week we have some exciting games. We have Texas Tech versus Utah, both ranked very close together. I think that'll be a good game. We have Auburn versus Oklahoma, two teams that are like upset cities, both of them. They're very good teams when it comes to playing other ranked teams. And Illinois versus Indiana. So those are gonna be good ones to look at. And obviously UM versus UF. You already know I'm there. There in the stadium, gonna be cheering my fucking heart out. We're gonna see who wins. It's obviously gonna be UM. I mean, obviously. Like, what are we talking about here? And then we're gonna continue our devastation tour of Florida. But anyways, guys, that has been the college section of the Sideline Surge. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the NFL episode. I hope you guys watch it as well. And we're gonna be recording that after this. So stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Yeah, 16 on it. Yep, low spur. We going all the way up. Yeah. I'm gonna turn this bitch all the way up. Hey, Brandon, why you? Yeah. I'm on the block with that heavy, yeah. On the block with that heavy. Watch out for cops that pull up in them Chevys. Whip out the crack, my main trap, her name Betty. These niggas don't want no smoke on my body. Gucci and Louis can't do no Zanati. Bad bitch on me look like she hang with Kylie. I used to fuck with a bitch, hang with Kylie. On the real, I think that bitch live in Cali. My boy shot the powder, the flower, that Kylie. Yeah. I could've been a stylist. I remember when the boys used to dollars. I got a girl that trap like she from Dallas. I got so much money, need an accountant. She said
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to the NFL section of the Silent Surge. But today, we have some exciting things. The first 2 weeks of the NFL are underway. We are currently... Who's playing right now? Someone is playing right now. Quick pause.
Vikings.
Oh, that's right, Vikings.
Vikings and Falcons.
What is the score right now? 6-3 right now. It's not exactly the most exciting thing, but... Oh, wait, 6-3 Falcons? Hello? But yeah, besides that, we have just the weeks 1 and 2 so far, our thoughts on them, and some recent NFL news. So let's get started. First off, I think we've been talking about this a lot. The two teams that have been very struggling and kind of disappointments have been the Patriots and the Dolphins. I think before we go into our very local biases against the Dolphins right now, the Patriots with Drake May after last season, I mean, you and I were both saying how like Drake May was the future for the Patriots. And not only did they lose against the Raiders last week after, like they didn't play the best, but they stayed close up until the end when the Raiders got a few up on them. This week against the Dolphins, a team who lost against the Colts, what was it, 30-3 last week? They were barely able to stay ahead of them. And they won. To give them credit, they won. But what does it tell you about their team that they let the Dolphins put up 27 against them?
The thing is that from a score point of view to actually watching the game, you could see a huge difference. From the Colts game, that was more on Dolphins being super unorganized. Like it was horrible. Like I don't know what they were doing the whole time. And it's not even like they have people injured and all that. They do, but it's not like they're losing their whole offense or their whole defense. They still have pieces there. But then when you watch the Pats versus Dolphins game, that showed the Dolphins slowly coming back. That was literally like the Dolphins offense from probably 2 years ago. Best offense that we've seen throughout that whole season. That offense is slowly starting to come back. There is a lot of stuff that we still have to fix as far as O-line not being able to actually make, good gaps for our running backs. And then obviously Tua not making, the best, I wouldn't even say passes, it's more of decisions. Like he has the vision there. It's just that his timing is what really sells them, because there's been multiple times where he's been able to get the ball to them, but then his timing will always have the throw either too high or too much to the sideline. But the Colts were never really a team that had like a bunch of problems. It was more of, it's just like not a super, it's not a big market team. So people overlook them. But that showed how the Dolphins, like, they have so much stuff to the point where it's like they're easily able to flip on a switch. They have everything that they need, to really perform to the best of their abilities. but it's always something going on with either coaching, somebody's ego is all over the place, the morale will be low because somebody might be injured. That's what's really holding Dolphins back. If there was a completely healthy team, nothing going on with coaching, they would be the best team in the league, 100%.
We definitely saw
Like
that
that is
today. Like we
it,
saw that
ex,
we
ex,
saw those frustrations pop up today. Tyreek Hill, like
ex, exactly.
he was not getting the ball to like that one pass that was like overthrown by like a mile. Like you're definitely seeing his frustration, and he's so like he's fair for that. I don't think that's an ego thing. I think he's
Ex-
very justified in those frustrations with Tua because he went to the Dolphins to play with Tua specifically. Like he wanted to play with him, and like he's letting him down.
and that's absolutely, but it's just that people don't really watch the games. That's like the problem with it because everybody, as soon as you see that score, you're like, oh, Dolphins suck. But then we actually
Yeah,
see them play, it's like, okay, now I know why they weren't playing, that good.
yeah.
But for the Pats, it's kind of the same thing. Pats actually have the chance to kind of be like another version of the Packers, I would say. As if they
hmm
have a smart rebuild, bro, they will literally have all the pieces that they need to really like take the team, to the
Their
next
offense
level.
is
So
good. Their
it's
offense is good.
yeah,
Like
like
it's just the
it's not too
defensive
much.
side.
Yeah, exactly. It's not too much with them.
It's still the same
Too
issue as
many
last
problems
year,
with them.
actually. I think
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
go back to our
exactly.
episodes from last year, I think we were saying the same thing. It's just a defensive issue for them.
And then, not only that, it's kind of the same problem when Bill was still there and they had Mac Jones. You
hmm
can see that a little bit because they're kind of relying too much on Mac Jones. You
Yeah,
have pieces around you, but you're just not using them. So that's what if Pats, bro, if they start using their pieces around them and they add some more people into that, they could really be like a playoff contender team. Like they can really be, you know, uh
yeah.
a great, competition for other
And
teams. But on
they
it,
have a good
but
offensive line. Like that what's his name? The rookie we were talking about on the Pats O line. Like he's Will Campbell.
yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
gonna be great for like the next at least 5 years. Like, bringing him up and everything, like you're set on offense.
I don't know. It's two struggling programs going against each other. That was the biggest thing. But moving forward I really don't know because Dolphins play Bills this Thursday, and then even with the
Yeah,
Pats, their
that's gonna
schedule
be. I'm
is
worried about that. Like Dolphins versus Bills, like holy bro. Talk about a morale dampener.
yeah, bro. Like, and it's not
Like at
even
least the
because
the
like
Pats are kind of evenly matched with the Steelers, but like
it
the Bills,
exactly that
man,
it
like
exactly, bro. Like that's literally the main problem too. It's because like Dolphins, they'll go against a team that's like pretty much even with them, or like they're a little bit better, and then they have
yeah,
Bills right next week, and that completely throws off everything. Because as soon as they play the Bills, the rest of the season is in shambles. That's literally it's been like that for the past 4 seasons. It's
yeah.
always been like for the past 4 seasons, because they always play the Bills, and then something ends up going wrong, or even then, what year was that? I want to say 2022.
hmm
No, 2020, 2023, when they end up playing the Bengals that year as well. That's literally how it goes every single time. They always have, a decent start, and then it would just go downhill. But I feel like this year is that's kind of the reason why it's been a bad start, because like now they're really trying to figure out everything. And then it's like later throughout the season they're going to pick it up. But bro, if they lose this game, it's literally going to be like past 5 seasons. Their morale always goes down, and then they never have a good season after that.
Yeah, going 0-3 to start the season isn't great, but especially
Is
for the Dolphins,
exactly.
a team that like that they once they lose momentum, it's very hard for them to pick it back up again. Like they're not good at recovering that morale. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough season for them, I think. But on the more positive side of things, some surprises so far for the first 2 weeks. Chargers and Raiders. I mean, we just said the Raiders beat the Patriots last week, 20-13. The Chargers won 21-27 against the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs. I mean, after the Eagles game, maybe the Chiefs aren't as good as we're saying, but like the Chargers definitely surprised everyone by winning last week. And now we have Chargers versus Raiders tomorrow. I'm very excited about that game because it's really gonna show. I mean, we already know the huge rivalry between Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll, but like it's definitely gonna be like a game for the ages, I think, tomorrow at 10 p.m., bro. I'm not watching that game. It's way too late. But it's definitely gonna be cool to see. And I mean they're set. Like Geno Smith, I mean you were saying last week, Geno Smith is not a bad quarterback. Or last time we were talking, like Geno Smith is not a bad quarterback. Pete Carroll, even though he's old, he has a lot of energy for like an old guy. And I mean, the Chargers look very, very organized right now. So I'm very excited about that game. What do you think?
I mean, bro, but did I not call this out a few months ago when they made that trade, bro?
Definitely, you did.
Bro,
You did.
they as soon as the Raiders made that trade, I was like, it's GG's from there. Like, you, bro, you traded for Geno Smith, and then you still have a top 10 pick on top of that, bro. You're literally set. Like, you're literally doing everything you need to do to make sure that program is being rebuilt. You already have Brock Bowers, honestly, best tight end in the league right now. There's nobody like,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely.
A rookie putting up that numbers as a tight end is insane. Like, he's the best tight end in the league right now, and if he stays healthy, it's going to be GG's, because then now you have people that back him up on the Raiders as well, bro. You got Ashton Jennings already there. Then you have a great quarterback, an underrated quarterback, a hated quarterback for no reason. He's going to turn that team around. And if you put more pieces on that O-line to make sure he gets enough time, and even have somebody on the other end to receive the ball to actually catch it and get some yards, Raiders will be unstoppable, bro. They will be a great team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, then we have the powerhouses right now, Bills and Ravens, bro. Oh my God. What people are calling the game of the season last week, where the Bills came back down, what, 40 to 25 and won 41 to 40. This is crazy. Not only that, this week the Bills and the Ravens both put belts to ass against their respective teams. The Bills putting up 30 against the Jets, and the Ravens putting up 41. Like, these two teams, I think could very well be one of them is going to the Super Bowl this year, honestly. Like they both look very, very strong to me. Like more so than the Chiefs and the Eagles right now. I want to see the Eagles play a few more times before I decide myself on the Eagles, I think.
I I feel like it's right now same 6 teams from last year. Same 6 teams.
What were the 6 teams you said last year?
It was Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, and then I believe it was Commanders. Those
Commanders?
and reason why is because you already have your powerhouse. You are Bills and Ravens. That's like, come on now. We don't even have to speak on that. And then with Chiefs and Eagles, those are just, bro. Those are the two teams that, like, it could literally be a ongoing thing for probably like the next maybe 3 years of them going back and forth
Yeah,
with rings. I feel like that's how it's gonna be, because Eagles already have almost everything they need. Like, they pretty much have everything.
they're set.
Is
Yeah,
Yeah, like there's nothing else that they can really change. They can add some more young guys, but other than that, there's nothing they can really change. And then with the Chiefs, the thing is that the Chiefs will literally pull somebody, like, they will pull somebody out of the stands that you probably won't even know, and they will still
yeah,
win, bro. Like that's just how it is. And it's not even more on like, oh, they're just that good of a team. They're just able to execute even if it's somebody that you don't even know. Like that. That's the good thing about them, because they're, with them being such a good program, they're able to elevate people to the max and completely change their skill and literally have them set to win the game. Even with
yeah.
them, having a few injured players in them, and even having suspended players over the last 2-3 seasons, they still come out on top almost every single time. And I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's because of Andy Reid with his program, and it's because of Patrick Mahomes. Nah, it's just overall they're a good team. Now, when you go to the Lions Commanders, that literally shows you can change everything. You can turn everything around in literally a season or less. There's no excuses for it. Commanders had almost nobody for years. Like they were in a
Yeah,
huge drought. Lions in a huge drought for so long, haven't made the playoffs in decades. And then all of a sudden, whole program, whole franchise
whole
turns around,
rebuild.
and
Yeah,
then like they're just that good. That's a team that can literally take over. Both of those teams could take over if they keep moving in the right direction. You already have literally the best rookie quarterback ever. Like, you already have that set, and then you put some more receivers around him, some more, especially some more young receivers too. Even though you have Debo, and then you even have Terry, they're great receivers, undoubtedly. But if you add some more young guys around him, and you have them two as mentors, bro, they're going to be set. And then and on defense, come on now, you literally have arguably one of the best defenses that came out of nowhere. Like their defense
yeah,
wasn't even that good, and then it completely turned around, and now they're starting to get more pieces. So as those 6 teams, bro, as long as they keep the momentum going, it's literally going to be those same 6 teams for the next 3 to 4 years, 100%.
yeah. I disagree on the Chiefs right now. An 0-2 start is not that good to me. I think I don't want to count them out just yet, but I'm not convinced. The Eagles look good to me. It's not that I'm not convinced, it's just I want them to see them I want to see them play a little bit more. The Ravens and the Bills, I'm definitely convinced. Like that first game they really showed out. This week they didn't disappoint. So I'm definitely convinced on them. I was questioning the Lions after last week, but after today, I'm on board with the Lions train again because putting 52 points on the Bears is no small feat. The Bears still put up 21. Like it's not like, the Bears weren't doing anything. The Lions offense really just took the ball and went with it. And I think one team that we haven't talked about yet, not just the Lions, but last week the Packers. The Packers last week and today, or not today, on Thursday, are showing out. The Packers look very convincing to me right now. So I would, in my mind, replace the Commanders with the Packers right now, just for right now. It could change. The Commanders could come back into the scene for me later on, but the Packers right now are very convincing. And then the two little like sneaky teams right now, I would say, or the one sneaky team right now, I would say, oh no, two, the Colts and the Rams. And I'll tell you why. The Colts putting up 30-3. Yes, Miami was unconvincing. Miami was um unorganized, but the Colts still put up 33. Like they still played well against, yes, an unorganized team, but like if it was a bad team, they would have played bad even against like an unorganized team. So they convinced me, not just last week but today against the Broncos. They won against what is a good team. The Broncos are not bad. So I think the Colts could definitely be kind of one of those sneaky teams where people don't really pay attention to them. But even if they just get a chance, if they get a wild card or something more, they could be good. And then the Rams, I think the Rams are always pretty solid. I think out of all the NFC West teams, they're the most consistent team. Because the Cardinals are they're not great. Let's just be like really like honest here. The Cardinals are never that good, especially the last few years. And the Seahawks and the Niners are very, very inconsistent, especially with injuries. But the Rams are always a solid team, and I think they could definitely like surprise a lot of people. So I think those two teams especially are the teams to watch. After tomorrow's game, I will decide myself on the Chargers and the Raiders. Because if one of the teams just blows each other out, then I'll be like, okay, the team that blew them out, they're the team to watch. But if we have a very convincing game, I think both of those teams could be like the replacement for the Chiefs in that division. Like 100%, I think they replace the Chiefs. because the Chiefs right now do not look strong, like at all. Like I'm not convinced at all. It's been very
But
disappointing for me.
that's it's the same thing every season. Chiefs never start off strong. They never start off winning games right off the bat.
They have
Never.
to be last season though. It was because they had a weak schedule. Like you and I were talking about it. They did not have a good schedule. This season, like they
But
have a decent schedule.
right, but at the same time, you think about it. We in our eyes, us seeing schedules beforehand, we would think it's a weak schedule until they are actually in those games and almost
Yeah,
lost multiple times. Those are literally teams that are in rebuilds right now. And it makes sense as to why those teams were that close to beating the Chiefs. That's literally why the Chiefs are still one of those 6 teams. Because no matter what, they may start off 0-2, 0-3, they always come back and somehow win a game. That's literally how it is for the Chiefs.
I don't think they get
Because
away with it this year though. Because last year all
they
those teams were rebuilds. This year, unless they fix those issues that they were having last season, I don't think they get away with keeping it that close this year.
is going to be the same thing. Is literally going to be the same thing. Because even with those teams that they barely beat last year, those teams they're still in the rebuild. It's not even like the teams are completely different now and they're way better. They're still in the rebuild. So it's literally it's pretty much the same as that thing. That's what, like, even with how they barely beat the Panthers are still aren't that good. They have some great players, but they're still not even that good of a team.
Yeah,
Same thing with the Chargers. If it's not for those key players, Chargers wouldn't even be close to beating the Chiefs. That's the only reason why. And then now when you're going up in first game, your star receiver gets hurt in third play of the game, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. And then even with this game, Travis Kelce, him selling and dropping so many passes, that's literally that's why they're losing. If
yeah,
it's not for
definitely.
those small things, Chiefs are literally beating every single team because they have everything. Even with them having is it I think Rashid Rice, even with him being
hmm
suspended. Come on, bro.
I definitely
Like
think the Chiefs and the Eagles, they need to lock in because yes, they are like the top people in their division as of last year, but their divisions aren't as easy as they were last year. Like just look at the Chiefs division. The Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos are finally starting to come out of the rebuilds. And they are looking very convincing. Even the Broncos, like they are looking very convincing. The Raiders and the Chargers looked convincing last week, and I'm excited to see them play tomorrow. And then with the Eagles, the Commanders and the Cowboys, they're 1-1, but they haven't been bad. They haven't been horrible. I mean, you saw the Cowboys today, they locked in. And same with the Giants. Like the Giants, they haven't been bad. They've gotten unlucky, definitely. They've lost, but their first two games have been against the Commanders and the Cowboys, like in division. So I think the Chiefs and the Eagles have to be very careful now that they actually have a very competitive division compared to the last few seasons at least. And then just to end off today, we have some recent NFL news. Joe Burrow today at the game. Shout out Jake Browning, by the way, for pulling through and finishing the game. But Joe Burrow had a little toe injury. Let me see if they have updated anything on it.
possibly missing 3 months from surgery.
Several weeks at least. What does that tell you for the Bengals? Do you think they should be worried?
Bengals aren't worried about anything because they're not trying to change anything. Like that's literally how it is, bro. If it was any other team, they would be sweating bullets trying to figure out what to do. Bengals just don't care enough, bro. Like I have nothing to say about Bengals, bro. They have all that money to do whatever they want to change anything, and they don't
That's
want to
real.
change anything, bro. Like
That's definitely real. We also got to talk Brandon Aubrey with the overtime field goals. The field goal to send them to overtime, and then the field goal to win the overtime. This was what I was saying about a very strong division because the Cowboys pulled through, obviously. My roommate was saying how like the Dak Prescott, he's we joke and we say, oh, look at the Cowboys, like they're already eliminated, but Dak Prescott hasn't been playing that bad, to be honest, and they've had two very hard games to start the season, and the Giants as well. They've had two very hard games to start the season, and we saw today Russell Wilson, even even though the Giants got unlucky, we saw Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors, you know, they have a very convincing offense. So that division is definitely one to watch. As you said before, the Lions look very convincing, but the poor Bears, bro. The Bears got destroyed defensively. Their offense still put up 21 points. Like I want to remind everyone of that. The offense still put up 21 points, and it was not enough because the defense allowed 52 points. Like you can't do that. That is insane. I have nothing else to say. I really have nothing else to say besides that. Let me check the current game. 9-6 halftime, Falcons versus Vikings. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm not gonna lie. Is there anything else you have to say?
Uh, I'll have to see it after this week, bro. I'll have to see, Brian. This is probably gonna be
The shakeup season?
yeah. It's like I don't know because, bro, there's so many teams where it's like they're unpredictable. Like you really won't know how the game is gonna go. Like that's pretty much how it is for almost every team now. Like it's some teams they may seem that good and they're gonna blow out another team, but then opponents always somehow show up and then they make it that close game. So
The
I feel
Jaguars
like
come to mind, especially.
yeah, it's like, bro, Jags,
The
uh,
Saints, even though
I'll
they
even
lost, like
yeah,
they
Saints.
pulled it close.
It's I don't know, bro. I really don't know, cause like even you could even say Cowboys and Giants. Even though Giants like they're pretty much fresh, like it's pretty much a whole new team.
Yeah.
They still put up that many points against the Cowboys, and the Cowboys like obviously their defense isn't as good as it used to be. Their defense is still good, so it's like yeah, it like right now almost every game is unpredictable, like pretty much, because it's like it doesn't even matter about names anymore. It's like everybody sees,
All their
oh, it's
expectations got flipped on their heads,
yeah,
basically.
like and like pretty much all their like all their resumes were literally shuffled. That's pretty much how it is now. Like it's literally like if you was to write all all the teams' resumes, and then you spread them all around the room. That's pretty much how it is right now. Because you would think teams that like would literally beat the brakes off another team, and it's not happening right now, bro. Like it's nothing that we can even try to like say to convince people to believe us and like on this team is going to win or whatever. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, it's literally every man for himself. Every team is literally like that good. Like every
For
team
all.
is that good to the point where nobody's safe, bro.
Yeah, definitely. As I already said, the Chiefs and the Eagles, like, you gotta watch out. Like, the Bills and the Ravens, I say they're powerhouses because, like, their divisions aren't that good. Let's be completely honest. But, like, the Chiefs and the Ravens, they definitely gotta watch out. Like, because the divisions got their number. They definitely gotta watch out. We will be back next week, hopefully, to cover the next few weeks of college football and NFL. As always, I have been your host, Emil. This has been my co-host, Samaj. We'll catch you guys later.